Okay, so I want to get straight into this video today and talk about something where you might actually be wasting money and you might not be realizing it, okay? So this is related to KDP ads. Now, even if you're not running ads to your books, I think this is something that you still want to take note of, because I do believe that ads are going to play a big part in making actual money with Amazon KDP now and in the future. So if you're running ads, watch this video. If you're not running ads, watch this video as well, because I can assure you it is going to be beneficial to you at some point. And then after I talk about this issue, I'm going to be looking at a few other things that people have had concerns about with KDP ads. Okay, so let's come into my account here on my UK account for last month. I think this was, just to use this as an example because I have more data here that I can show you, and I can actually do a kind of live example of what I'm talking about when it comes to losing money with KDP ads or wasting money with KDP ads. Okay, so a lot of us that are starting running ads to our books, that's great. A lot of us are going to be using auto ads, and I think auto ads are the way that a lot of people do get started. They don't go straight into manual ads because it's much easier just to say to Amazon, you sort this out for me, you run ads to my books, you pick all these keywords, run ads to my book, and then I'll see how it goes and hopefully make some money with having a low bid. And then if my ACoS gets too bad, if I spend too much money, then I'm just going to cut it off and accept my losses. So this just dawned on me recently, this issue here with running auto ads. And I think a lot of people are probably making this mistake as well, and they don't realize that they're actually doing it. So not only is this a way that we can save ourselves from wasting money, but it's also a good way of optimizing our ads to decrease our ACoS as well. So to lower our ACoS on our ads. So I'm going to go into my UK account here and give you a quick example of what I mean. So I'm going to come over to this one here. Now, obviously I have to blur this out, but this is an auto ad, and it's actually an auto ad that is being run to multiple books of the same niche. And as you can see, this one's doing quite well at 16%, and it is a good example to show you where you might be wasting money. So let's take a look inside this ad. Okay, so when we come into our campaign here, we have the option to go into the ad group. So let's do that as well. Okay, so for you, if you're doing this, you probably won't have multiple books here like I have. You're probably going to have one book that you're running auto ads to. But when it comes to auto ads, what you're effectively doing is letting Amazon pick the keywords for you that you're going to run ads to, that you're going to be spending money on ultimately. So one thing that people don't do with their auto ads is actually check where their money is being spent. So when you come into your ad group on your ad campaign, you can come across to search terms here. Now, obviously you have to have some spend already in order to get this data back, but we can come into our search term here and see what we're actually paying money for in terms of keyword phrases. So let's come to search terms on the left here. So when I come into search terms here, what Amazon is doing, since it's automatic, they're targeting products and they're also targeting keywords. Now, obviously you can't see this at the moment, but basically on the left here, I have a ton of different ASINs that my book is being targeted toward, and also a ton of different keywords as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is come to the date range and change this to the maximum that it can go, and that is the last 65 days. So I'm going to get the last 65 days of information that Amazon has given that we're paying for this ad that I'm running, the automatic ads that I'm running to these books. Okay, so what you can do here, and what you'll be surprised to see, and what you're going to see on my account here, is where I am literally wasting money on keywords and products that are being targeted that aren't converting into sales. So what we can do here, and what I like to do, is I come to the spend option here and I sort it by what I'm spending money on. Okay, so let's click that. Okay, so I want to see what I'm spending the most money on in terms of my clicks, and what I want to do is to see where I'm sending clicks and spending money but not having any sales in return. Okay, so as I can see here, this is a great example. As I scroll down, these ACoSs, they're all looking really good, getting clicks, getting sales. That looks great. But here we come to a product that my book is being targeted on, and I've had 48 clicks and I spent £6.50, so that's maybe about $8 of spend on this auto ad here, and it's targeting a product here that isn't really related to my book, and that's reflective here in terms of the lack of sales. Okay, so 48 clicks, quite a few dollars of spend here in the last 65 days, and no sales to see for it. Okay, so here we are literally wasting money on this ad here. And what we can do here to kind of optimize our listing is to go through our spend and just see where we're losing money. And it could be a case of we can go through and check the ACOS as well. Like if we have some where we are actually making some sales, but the ACOS is like 100% or 200%, and you're actually losing money and you don't think it's worth it, then that's one that you can try and optimize as well. But for me, I'm looking at the ones where I'm just getting no sales and I'm spending money and I have lots of clicks too, okay? So we can organize this. So we can sort this by the spend. And what I like to do after that is to see where my clicks are going as well. So I'm going to sort this by clicks. So click that twice to get it by the most clicks. And what I would do from here is to go through and see where I'm getting the most clicks and I'm having little to no results in terms of sales. So as you can see, this section here, 18 clicks, 15 clicks, 15 clicks, 15 clicks, 14 clicks, 13 clicks, 13 clicks. I'm having absolutely no sales in the last 65 days, and we spent over £1, £1.40, £1.75. So usually when it gets to over sort of £1 or $2 of spend here, I'm going to start looking at trying to turn this specific part of the ad off so that I'm not wasting more money on it. Okay, so what you want to do, or what you can do obviously, is to go through this section and just see where you're losing money, and then from there what we can do, we can use these as negative targeting instead. Okay, so we don't want any of these keywords or these products where we're losing money to show up whilst we're running ads to our book. Okay, so obviously this one here, for example, 48 clicks, $8 or whatever that is in spend with no sales. I don't think I'm ever going to make a sale on this particular ad that's being targeted here. So for me, I'm going to take the ASIN of this. Actually, what I'll be doing is taking all the ASINs of the products that are being targeted that aren't making me money or they're not converting at all, and also the keywords that aren't converting either. I'm going to take them, I'm going to write them down into my sticky pad or wherever, make sure I record them all, the ones that are losing money. Then I'm going to come across to negative targeting, and then we're going to be adding negative keywords and negative products. Okay, so like I said, it targets on the auto ads, it's targeting both products and keywords. So the products being the ASINs that you'd have to put in on this side, and the keywords, obviously you know what that is as well. So I'm going to add the negative keywords in here. Just come across, add these keywords in. That's going to exclude those keywords as this ad continues to run. And then you're going to come across to negative products, put the ASINs in that you wrote down that were losing you money as well. Put them in, exclude them from your ad campaign as well. So sometimes when you come onto this section and you actually look at what keywords are being targeted and where you're actually spending money, you'll be surprised, because I've seen some on some of my listings where the products that are being targeted or the keywords that are being targeted are just so far off being related to the book I'm actually running ads to that it is actually quite surprising that Amazon is targeting these products and keywords. And that's why you should always go in, check and see where your money's actually being spent, and hopefully from there you can filter out the phrases and the products that are actually helping you earn money instead of losing money. Okay, so just moving on, but staying related to KDP ads, the other issue that I wanted to talk about here, and I think this is just as helpful because there's a lot of misleading feelings about running ads to your books. Now, some people can get lucky when they start running ads to their books. Maybe they have incredibly high quality products that some of us just can't produce or have outsourced, and they start making good sales with the ads and making profit straight away. They have a really low ACOS, and you hear about these things and you're here running ads and you got your ACOS like 100% or 70%, and things aren't going so well. You're spending money, losing money, and you're starting to guess whether if ads actually work or whether your products are just not good enough to run ads to. So the reality is, typically when you see people spending thousands of dollars every single month on ads, they've been working at this for a long time to try and get their ACOSs down nice and low. And even some people will just spend thousands in order to get sales and push their products up Amazon's organic rankings as well. So it can be quite disheartening to see people spending lots of money on ads or doing really well with ads, and you're wondering to yourself, why can't I do this? So the reality here, I'm going to use my UK account as an example, but my lifetime ACOS is 24% here. So my US one is much higher than this, the lifetime, but just because we're on UK, let's look at that. So at the time of starting ads, my ACOS here would have been much, much higher. The first couple months, it would have been so high, And I fell into that trap of thinking that I just can't run ads, I'm just not good at it, or that my books weren't a high enough quality to send ads to and get additional sales. But the thing is with ads, it is something for most of us that we need to look at in the long run. It's very unlikely that we're going to start running ads and just have all these wonderful results happen for us straight away. It's not a magic pill to getting sales. Now, it is a magic pill in terms of getting more eyes upon your books. However, you need to take the time to treat your KDP ads almost like a separate business and actually work on it over time. So you've just seen me filter out some things that are going to help me get my ACoS down in the future. You can do the same thing with your ads. If something isn't working for you, then you can start shutting ads off that aren't working. You can start shutting down keywords that aren't working for you, or product targeting that's not working for you. You can do all these things to slowly optimize. And if we look at my ACoS here, for the lifetime, it's 24%. Now let's take a look at my year-to-date ACoS. It goes down to 20%. Now let's take a look at last month's ACoS, which is going to be 17%. So as you can see, it's slowly going down, and it's slowly going down because I'm tweaking my campaigns all the time to make sure that I'm getting rid of the ones that are just wasting money and bumping up the ACoS. So in my opinion, it is okay to break even on your ads, because I do think it is good to just get sales to your book, even if you're losing a little bit of money, in order to push them up Amazon's rankings. But this is something that is taking literally months to actually make profit from, okay? And as you can see, even from here on my UK account, this is different to my .com one where I'm running more ads. But you can see here, I've got quite a lot of listings. I've got loads of listings where I'm just not making any sales yet. Nothing's happening. I've turned off a load of listings here, as you can see on the left. And I've ended up with just a couple ads here, basically, where they're actually performing well and making me money, okay? And I think that's the thing with ads. I think you need to have money to lose. You need to have some money to spend and money to lose with ads in order to get this information back from Amazon, and then decide how you can optimize that information from Amazon in order to actually start seeing a good ACoS in your account, okay? Okay, so I want to give you a quick example from this month on my .com ads. As you can see, my ACoS is looking pretty bad at 47%, okay? But the reason for that is that I recently released a couple books here where you can see that the ACoS is very high. I actually ran multiple ads. I turned a load of these ads off, and because they were losing money, and the ACoS was incredibly high. And that's why the ACoS has gone up so much this month. And the theory here was that I could bump these up the rankings, and it's done that, and they've started to see organic sales. It's not been worth it yet because I've just spent so much money on these ads, which I shouldn't have done probably. And the problem here is because I believed in these books, these two books here. I believed in them so much because I spent so much time having them made. I thought that it was a good niche, and I was really confident with the quality of these books as well, okay? So that doesn't mean that it's going to lose me money in the long run. Obviously, with Q4 coming, we could see a ton of sales for these books, and it's going to make all that money back and a load more. Hopefully that is the case. However, the point that I'm trying to make here is that sometimes you just believe in the wrong product, and sometimes you just don't know what is going to make sales with. So I'm going to give you an example here, and this is the ad underneath it. So this is another book. So these three here, these are all coloring books, but this one here is a different niche to these two, and this is one where I made the cover myself, and my design skills, they're pretty terrible, they're not great, but I spent a few hours on it making the best cover that I could make, and I was pretty confident with the interior on this one as well. But I wasn't confident with the niche. This niche that I'm in for this coloring book is heavy. Like, there's a lot going on in this niche, and I put this book out there thinking, I don't know, it's not going to go so well. I'm not sure people are going to vibe with this book. I'm not sure it's going to make sales. I'm going to try running ads to it anyway. So I set up these auto ads, and as you can see, this month, in the first sort of 2 weeks of this month, 10 sales, 22% ACoS, and I actually checked the ranking for this, and I am ranked. It's a #1 new release in a category. It's #1 new release. It's ranked maybe, I think it got down to a low of 29,000 or something in the search result. It's gone up by now, but it was still really low. And I know that it's had organic sales because it's got 10 orders here, and it's got a few more on my actual Amazon account. So the point that I'm making here is that you just don't know sometimes what's going to work for you. And that's why testing is so important with KDP ads. You have to test things. You have to let things run for a while, and that's either going to make you money or it's going to lose you money. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is that you just don't know sometimes what's going to click with your customers. And that's why it's so important, in my opinion, to have a variety of different niches going for you, because sometimes you just can't get a certain type of book to sell for you the way that you want to, no matter how much confidence you have in it, no matter how good your niche research was. Sometimes things just don't go the way that you want them to, and then you'll find that these other products, these other little side projects that you've been working on the side, they're the ones that actually bringing you more money. And when they do that, you want to double down on the ones that are making you money. So when it comes to your next product in that niche, you can make it even better and hopefully make even more money with it as well, okay? So for this month, for me, for example, I don't mind losing some money in order to get this information back from Amazon. It's going to be super important for Q4. And hopefully come Q4, we're all going to have our ads kind of ready, kind of tweaked and optimized, ready to make lots of sales during that period, okay? Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope this has been beneficial to you somewhat. Thanks for watching, and there'll be plenty more on the way soon.